Hey, it's your girl Jinea, and welcome to this week's episode of Professionally Childish. Look, before we get started, I am going to go on and introduce my studio guest today, Miss Sumika Phillips.
Hola.
Do you want me to drop your alphabet soup, or are you going to do it?
Oh, yeah, going for it.
Look, okay, let me make sure I have all this down. This is Sumika Phillips of SPhillips Photography,
Ta-da.
branding, business coach, life coach, makeup artist, mother, entrepreneur, my petty partner. What else? What else?
Petty queen of America.
What else? I'm trying to think of all your other alphabets.
Photographer. We hit graphic artist. I don't even know how to explain my newest one. That's ooh. We'll get there.
But yeah, she's always busy, but she finds a time for me, usually in between 3 and 5 a.m. in her inbox. But
Like acting like it's 2 in the afternoon.
Exactly. But I wanted to bring her in because one of the key words in there, outside of makeup artist, so if you ever see me and I look 99.9% like I cared that day, it's because Sumika has touched my face and graced me with her presence.
Her.
Yes, about my eyebrows. I did not fill them in today, but
I was looking.
But they look like they're related, kind of. But other than that,
They don't look like rainbows. So
when I have when I have a question or I just need that voice of reason, I hit her up as a life coach, and I say, "Hey, yo, this is my issue. Fix my problem." So outside of therapy, she is my my partner, and I say, "Hey, is this too petty for me to go?"
Toxic therapist. Oh,
but no, you give the voice of reason, and you say, do you want to do it the right way or do you want to do it our way? And most of the time we like, let's do it our way.
I'm with both of them.
But, coming into today, I know if anybody is following me on social media, I have been talking about current events. And, we have a lot of stuff going on in Georgia right now. We have the election going on, but a runoff. And today, when I leave from here, I have to go on and vote.
Me too.
If you have not voted yet, please vote. By the time this episode airs, it will be after the runoff. So I hope and pray that Warnock is the winner of this.
Herschel.
Listen.
It's not Herschel Walker.
Right. Herschel. If Herschel is a part of my Senate,
baby.
I don't know what we're going to do because he think he's going to the House. But, who am I?
That man got an interview and said, I'm not smart. Sir, please don't say that, going to represent me in the justice system.
But you know what, though? I want to know who
in
works on his campaign.
System.
These are the questions that I have. Who is working on your campaign and who is confident enough?
Gotta be his 8-year-old.
It has to be a family member.
Or one of those kids he tried to get aborted and didn't make it.
Yes, because there's no way possible that me as a critical thinking adult could purposely.
First of all, you don't have to be a critical thinking adult. This man sat and talked for 10 minutes about a movie he watched
About
the night
the
before.
vampires.
And made Warnock look, he was like, yeah, and there was a vampire and he was real cool and real smart and he had a suit on and he looked good. And I was a werewolf. Sir?
Right.
What?
Right.
So you the wild one running naked in the woods and he's the one in the house making sense with the suit on and looking nice and acting like he's got some sense. Excuse me, that didn't help you.
Exactly.
Did you know there was a comedian that literally took that interview word for word and went to one of his shows? And everybody thought it was part of his comedic routine. He said, this is literally word for word what Herschel
Walker said.
Herschel said it.
And he's a possum. So we're just going to leave that right there because I literally asked the question. We are worried about this. Meanwhile, the price of eggs is $6.18.
But the price of a 3-piece wing at Popeyes with a side and a drink is also $6 something.
Exactly.
Guess what Mika's choosing? My kids are grown.
My kids aren't, and I'm legit
and my new
making.
one, he's not there, so I got time. We are eating out.
I am making life decisions, and that's one thing I want to talk about because for so long people have been saying eat healthy, eat at home, cook, do whatever, and we're standing in the grocery store truly making life decisions, and I'm like, this definitely is not what I signed up for being an adult. you know.
For me, eating healthy is like, don't make a second plate, Mika. Get your life together.
Get your life, still
But
eat.
in real life, I feel like people focus so much on this person told me I got to eat brown rice and this person told me I need to chew grass and all these things. I live a very hedonistic lifestyle. If I like it, that's what I'm eating. And y'all gonna get all these curves and edges. And sometimes them curves and edges sit real nice. Sometimes they don't, and that's where sweaters and jackets come in. But I'm not gonna sit there and be upset eating. I'm not gonna sit there then and be upset when I get in the mirror because somebody told me I have to have 92 baby hairs that come into my eyebrows. I'm not going to be upset when I try to put these pants on and look like I've been bathed in the waters of Crisco. You know,
You stupid.
I don't want to do any of that. I'm going to do what makes me happy. And if that means saying fuck brown or fuck that gummy nasty ass brown rice, I'm not doing that.
Well, hell,
I'm
they
not
all
making
high
them
now.
kind of healthy choices because it doesn't make me happy. Y'all can keep them high prices because Mika's going right to that 5 for $25 meat part in Rainbow. And I'm going to cook what I want to cook. I had jerk chicken, a heap of rice, and gumbo and all that stuff for Thanksgiving because I like it.
And you didn't make me a plate, and
You didn't bring your ass
I'm
to the house.
still hurt over that
First
one.
of all, I'm going to call your daughter and be like, your mama didn't come over here. She could have. She going to beat you up. She going to jump on you in your sleep.
Listen. Like I said, but inflation really does have me rethinking life, and I'm thinking about hell going back home every day. I wake up and I'm
Slide
like,
to that OnlyFans.
listen, I'm thinking about going to the OnlyFans way. I've been getting real creative. I'm like, shit.
I've been trying to.
You know, I'm trying to do illegal, working 2 jobs
That's probably
and
why I
whatnot.
have so many jobs, so many
Yeah,
businesses,
like-
because Amazon carts and inflation.
Yeah, it's hard out here. And so, you know, that goes into though, like, because we were talking about the holidays and all that stuff coming up and the pressures and this and that and
Who is
how,
pressured?
hell,
Fuck
everybody.
them kids.
You know what though? So speaking of that, fuck them kids. This year I legit told my kids, I was like, yo, inflation stole Christmas. You know, but it made me start thinking about life and thinking about how, you know, we do so much fluffy shit to try to impress other people, but they really don't care about us.
Not at all.
You know, it's like as people, we live this life of I want to be flashy. I want to look like I have. And in the background, you are broke and you are struggling.
First of all, for holidays, if that child is between the ages of 1 and 3, possibly 4, depending on your kid, they care more about the box and the paper than they do about what's in that guy. When they get older, all they care about is Cash App. You really don't have to stress yourself. A lot of stuff that we do, a lot of things, and I used to be one of those parents real bad. My kids ask for 92 things. I'm going to try to get 91 of them. But then you realize, A, 2 weeks after Christmas, they ain't touched half the stuff
Not
you
a
bought.
thing.
B, they're just excited to have that moment with their parents. They don't really care as much about the gifts. They want to say they opened something for the principle of it, but this is finally a time where mommy's sitting down. She's not running around with a client. I can be in her face. She's cooking. We sweet. I can jump on her, and it's the fun times. That's really what they want. Kids want parents, not things.
True.
And the more you sit there, I'm saying, I'm going to spend all this time away from my house, working all these hours to buy all these Christmas presents. I may have to work Christmas Day to make up for the stuff that I paid for, and now your kids don't see you. They don't give a fuck about those gifts like that.
True. And that's something, you know, that as adults, we got to get ourselves together, you know, because I think it is a thing of like feeling guilty because, you know, you can't do whatever or, you know, you have the expectation versus reality thing, you know, be eating us up.
Expectation will ruin your life.
Right. Be eating you up. And you have to kind of change your expectations because shit, life is really lifing, you know, and when we talk about the expectation versus reality and what it really is, it's like, are you doing this so that people think you have? Or are you doing it to make yourself think you have? Like, you gaslighting yourself or, you know, what are we doing?
I think that expectation and reality is really the red or blue pill. So, don't remember the movie, which pill was what, but
The Matrix.
reality is slick the Matrix, right?
It is.
When you actually see things for what they are and realize it ain't been this. All this time, it ain't never been that. You know, things are different in real life than I've made them be in my expectation life. when it comes to Christmas, you have the expectation of, well, I've seen on TV they've got these huge trees with all these things, and the presents piled halfway up, and the kids come down and slide under the tree and tear stuff open. But the reality is they don't ever show you the scene where after the presents are open, these kids run off, don't have nothing to do with you. A week or two later, all the stuff you bought's all over the floor, and they outside not caring about it. You know, people live in this space of the expectation of, I have to have this car and this house because if my friends pull up, I don't want them to see that my house is little. I don't want them to see that I got burglar bars because everybody breaking into shit over here. I don't want them to see that. So I'm going to live in this neighborhood where, you know, everything looks so peachy pretty and all this stuff so they can be impressed when they pull up. But the reality is all those houses are flooding. And people break into those more. Mm-hmm. And your lights were off for 3 weeks and you just didn't want nobody over there. So you told them you were on vacation. Like, the expectation versus reality thing, I personally choose to live in the matrix. I try to live in all the parts, more on the reality side, with the exception of my hair. I ain't gonna comb it. I got a heap of hair under these wigs. Everybody think I don't. And y'all gonna keep that.
I know you have hair.
Because I'm not about to do that. I'm not gonna have that fight. Mm-mm.
But yeah.
But outside of that, I just think that reality is so much easier to live in without the expectation of what I have to look like, where I have to live, what I have to buy, what my Christmas tree should look like, all these New Year's resolutions, and I'm going to do this. 92 people, no offense to y'all, because some of y'all fine as a fuck, but my expectation of I'm going to go and get this BBL so I can look these ways in my clothes because that's what everything looks like on TV. TV's not reality.
Exactly.
TV fucks
social
our
media
expectation
ain't reality.
Fuck social
you
media.
know?
Fuck.
But it's like I try to get people to
Fuck
understand like
media.
the snapshots of life. Like, real talk. We were talking about the end of the year wrap up and the things that you learned over the year. And I was like, I learned that people are bullshit.
Baby.
And I'm looking at your stuff and I'm like, whose life are you living? Because I've seen you in real life and half the shit you posting ain't real. And I'm caught up between shaking you and being like, are we living in the same?
I'm in a real unique position about that because, first of all, I don't go outside. Everybody knows if you see me outside, you might catch me 45 minutes. I am back inside unless I'm paid to be out. I'm antisocial socialite. It's been my title for a very long time. Being that people don't see me out, so there's really not much, you can't really find tea on Mika because Mika tells on herself. So being a makeup artist, they come in there and I can hold people's confidence, so they tell me all their stuff. And I hold their stuff, but then I go looking like, now this person told me this and this person told me this, so this is the big picture. That shit over there you doing is a lie. Why would you do that? Like, why would you try to portray yourself this way? And I know good and goddamn well, like, you got roaches in your house for real, bitch. Don't do that. Just live in your truth and be done with it. They create these lives and these personalities for social media. Are likes that important? I don't give a damn if the mailman likes me or not. Deliver my mail and leave me alone. So why would I care about if strangers like what I post? I post the most random of shit. I really post it for my ADHD, not for anybody else. I don't really post my relationships like that because if I want to tell that person something, I go and tell them. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I walk right in the room. Hey, Daddy, I like you today. You fine? You want to touch me where I pee? I don't have to go and put that on social media and then stand in the corner and stare at him and wait till he sees it on his Facebook. That don't make no sense.
That's the life we're living, though.
That's the life they living, baby. I'm not about to do that.
Yeah, well,
I think a lot of people need to make a conscious choice to say, am I doing this for me or am I doing this for the them?
True.
Because it's always a them and a they. And them and they run folks' lives quite often.
Yes.
And in real life, them and they don't give 19 fucks about you. They do like I do when I do get on social media to be nosy. I just want to see what's happening. I just want more tea than I be watching on my true crime videos on YouTube. That's all I care about. My money lives on social media. If it wasn't for that, I would have disconnected a long time ago. But them and the they don't give a fuck, so why do you?
That part. I think one of the hardest things for me, like moving into this platform, was being more present, like in a real way on social media, because you know I post bullshit all day long.
But that's the thing, if that's you and that's your truth, and I just feel like saying this because it came to me. You know, we're Aquarians, we'll hit and talk about some random shit in a heartbeat. But if that's what you do and that's what people appreciate, and they're enjoying your thoughts, they're enjoying your moments, then that's living in your truth. But if you're just like, oh, I got to look up content. I don't know what to put on here. What do you choose, Hershey's or Snickers? Bitch, get the fuck off Facebook. I'm calling the Facebook police on you right now. Put you in the jail. That's enough.
But it's true, though. You know, I think that, like, as a society, though, we've moved away from, and I said this in a previous episode, we moved away from being real and just 100% real about
when
shit.
When were we real?
I think some of us were.
Maybe back when the Black Panthers were out.
I think some of us were, though. But, you know, again, it goes into adulthood. I look at our adulthood. It may be because we were kids, we didn't understand it back then. But I question myself. I'm like, this cannot be the bullshit that we strived and wanted to have.
Yeah, I want to be an adult so bad. No. Take me back. If my mom would let me live in her house, I swear to God.
Yes, like I ask my daddy, like every week, can I get back on TRICARE?
Right.
Like, because this cannot be the life that we asked for.
I just want to drink from the garden hose and go in my room and not know what bills are and all that stuff. I don't want an adult, but I have to. And so we're here. But I just feel like, you know, that there's always the few that learn to live as themselves. But since the dawn of since MySpace, people have created whole lives. Catfish has had a show for how long?
Forever.
All about people completely making up who the fuck they want to be.
Forever.
You know what I'm saying? Since social media came, people have decided I don't like me, so instead of fixing me, I'm going to go to these platforms and create a new me that I like. In real life, why don't you just make you that person? If that person plays the guitar and you don't learn.
And you know what? So I'm doing this challenge, and it made me think about that. I'm doing this challenge. One of my friends, he does this goal challenge, and that's what it does. Like, if it's something that you have as a goal, like if you, like for me, if you really want to lose weight, focus on what you want to do. But now I'm like, shit, if you see me and I look extra skinny, it's because I'm poor and I can't afford to
and eggs are too high.
And I can't afford to eat. But like any goal that you have, it gives you time to meditate on that goal and to really manifest that thing. Because like what a lot of people don't realize is that we really do have the power to manifest whatever it is that we want. You just have to put that energy into it, you know, and I think that for some people, we use social media outlets as the distraction, or you use the people as a distraction. And you look back and you look over your year and you right where you were at the beginning. And it's a cycle and it just keeps on going, keeps on going, keeps on going. And it's like, let me put the mask on that everything is okay. And it's like, that shit ain't okay. Like, there's nothing okay with that. I tell all my
life coach clients at the beginning of the year, because that's when everybody's like, it's New Year's, I'm going to make resolutions, I'm going to change. And they have this long-ass list. I said, we're going to write it down, put it in an envelope. And we're going to open it on next year, January 3rd. I'm going to give you a couple days to sit and think about the shit and be scared and worry about it. Do. And then we're going to open this up, put a line through everything that you actually did. It sounds bad, but it makes you realize I ain't done a motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
I've said all these things and I set all these goals and I sat here and decided who I want to be, what's best for me, what I want to change, what I don't want to change, and how to become my person. And you ain't done a goddamn thing toward that thing. You get, by January 5th, you out of there. And so I think everybody should do that. Like, it's good to set these goals and things, but you actually have to do the work.
Yeah, that's the hard part. The work is hard. It's hard because, like I say, life be lifing. But then you have to look back and just be like, you know, is this something that I want for me? And this is the question, the real question. Is it something that I want for me, or am I doing this for somebody else? And are you doing it for the day? Because, you know, hell, society tells us what you're supposed to be, tells you how you're supposed to live, how you're supposed to dress, what's considered beautiful, what's considered successful. And there are some of us who have been like, fuck all that shit. And I'm going to have my own determination of success for me and what happy looks like for me. And then you find yourself being like us, being a recluse in the house, or constantly fighting against what they say.
People got to understand, though, like, sometimes we're not a recluse because we're hiding from the world, or we feel displaced, or we feel like we don't fit, so I'm just going to fit in my own space. We hide from the world because y'all be doing some bullshit out there.
Bullshit.
And it's stressful to watch. And when you want the best for other people and they don't want the best for themselves, and you're like, before I stress myself out and or end up in the jail, let me just go back to my own house where people are transparent, where people are vocal, where people actually say, hey, this thing, I don't like this thing, I'm going to work on that. And mean that and look for the support as opposed to, well, she had this on TV, because I guarantee you every single time somebody wears some dumb shit on TV, you're going to see it in the street. Mm-hmm. There's no way you liked that before you saw it.
No
There's
way.
no way you felt like that made sense. Like when everybody went through that phase of the jeans where one side was shorts and one side was jeans. That gotta be uncomfortable. I couldn't do it because, baby, I got thighs and that chafing. I don't want that. So, but as uncomfortable as that trend may have been at the time, it was rampant. Mm-hmm. And you can tell that people didn't really want to do it because it also disappeared fast.
Yeah, because it was stupid.
It was stupid as hell. I'm not going to buy some $40 jeans and cut a whole leg off so y'all can see, I got a little thigh meat on the side. The other one's covered up, so what difference does it make? And I think that people get so heavy into the what the they has told them to do without really taking the time to figure out, what do I tell me to do? If I go in the store and tell somebody, hey, go get that shit and bring it back here now, they're going to look at me like, who in the fuck is you talking to? You can't tell me what to do, but you let the they tell you what to do. And they don't even try to say it as nice as I did. They just put the shit up and just wait for it. Like, get my bags and wait for the bags to move. But you get upset if I come tell you what to do. Keep that energy. Tell the day, who the fuck is you talking to? I do what I want to do. I remember when I first came back to Columbus, and this was 2007, 8-ish, I don't know, somewhere around there. And I wanted to. I was running around here, a black girl with purple hair. And everybody was like, are you like a rocker or something? Like, you must be one of those emo girls. And I'm looking at them like, I have to Google what emo means, baby. I don't know what that is. I just
purple.
like it. Mm-hmm. I've had all the colors in the world. And then 5 years later, when they told them to do it, now everybody has green and blue and rainbows and everything else. I've used so many colors. I'm in simple colors now because I don't run out of ideas. And it's like, if you would have known that you like color before, if you knew yourself enough to know, instead of waiting on the they, might have been rocking with me at the time. You know what I'm saying? People just they wait for the they to tell them shit, but then tell me I can't tell them what to do.
And, I mean, that's true, though, because it's like I look back and I think about me prior to 40. Me prior to 40, I was like, I want them to like me. Oh, my God. And I remember, hell, I used to call you all the time. Mm-hmm. I got this problem, and I feel like, right, and I feel like if I say this, it'll make somebody upset. If I don't do this, it'll make somebody upset. And I remember you being your favorite word. Fuck them.
Fuck them.
I'd be like, but what does that mean if they don't accept me? Do you know how
stressful it is to worry about other people accepting you for all this time and you don't accept yourself? I would rather deal with me and my own shenanigans than deal with 5 other people outside telling me something.
True.
If you don't like me, that's beautiful. But this space is where the me is. You might want to go over there. You know what I'm saying?
True, but you got to get to that point.
And being honest, I'm not going to say that I was perfect. I mean, I went through his phase where I was looking for acceptance from a small group. Well, not even a small group, from a person or two. And then when I woke up from that, I was like, what in the fuck have I been doing? I had to sit and evaluate my whole self. I was like, what do I like? I spend so much time knowing what their stuff is, their favorite show, or their idea of beauty, or their favorite color is. I don't even know my own. I didn't know that purple is my second favorite color until 2 years ago.
What's your favorite color?
Yellow.
Oh.
I was impressed with my own self, bitch. I have been purple everything for years, decades. And I was like, I still love it. But I'm like, yeah, I think yellow was a lot prettier. And never took the time to really look at my own self and be like, if no one else is around and not just some random quick grab shit, what do I like to eat?
Right.
If no one's going to see me and I want to feel pretty, what would I put on? You know what I'm saying? If everybody's doing this. That's fine, but what is it that I like? Fuck them folks. I'm going to do what I like because I got to deal with me. I got to go home with me at the end of the day. And then when I decided to be in a relationship, it's like, now I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, they like this, so I'm going to start doing this. No, this is who I am. Do you like it? No?
Right.
Well, that's tough.
Right. And that's a big thing. Listen, if we could talk about one of the main reasons why I'm single, because I like to be by my damn self, because I don't care if you like me. And it's crazy that I've gotten to that point.
I would hope that you do, but if you don't, it's okay.
It's fine, But it's true, though. You kind of lose yourself, and then you have to go through the rebirth of, do I like this? Do I not like this? Hell, do I like me today? Mm-hmm. And sometimes you're not going to like yourself. And
that's okay. But then it's time to sit and figure it out. Well, why don't I like me today? Is it something I can change, or just need to go back to bed and take a nap? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And deal with you, and don't worry about them other people. And eventually you'll get into the habit of dealing with you and liking you and saying, this is who I am.
Yep.
Ta-da, put a bow on that bitch. And eventually there'll be someone to be like, I like that box with that bow on it. Mm-hmm. And I like that the corner is leaning a little bit. And I like that the bow is crooked a little bit. And I like that shit. And now you can be yourself in a situation as someone that likes yourself, and you ain't got to make all these changes and lose nothing. But no one thinks that is an actual realistic end goal. They just keep changing and morphing into whoever they are for the person that they're with, or for the group that they're with, or for the job that they're at. My code switching ain't that great, babe. I'm not about to do that.
But you know what, though? I found out in 2022 was a year of lessons for me. It was a year of really saying, you know what? You don't have to rock with me. Mm-mm. And I'm perfectly fine. And, as adults, we have to get to the point to where it's like, it's okay if you don't like me. It's okay. I'm not going to try to convince you.
I don't even have conversations. I'm real big on telling people, don't explain yourself.
Right. Don't stand in your no. Your no is no.
If they're like, well, I don't like that, that's tough. That's
right.
What's up? I don't want to have a conversation about it. I don't want to explain my position. I don't want to understand yours. Okay. Well, that's what's up. Right. Your feelings are yours. They belong to you. My feelings are mine, and they belong to me. So we don't have to have a discussion to convince someone that they're wrong, because nobody's wrong.
Right. We just both feel our way. And
it's like somebody walking up and saying, I like a tree. I like a car. Well, all right.
It is what it is.
Okay. Ta-da. We here. But it's a sad thing, but it's a good thing that it's sad that people feel like they have to morph and become, but it's a good thing, because at least that's a stepping stone toward realizing I have to change and find something. And hopefully somewhere in that they'll find who they are, as opposed to who people want them to be. Because, baby, 2022, I made a very conscious decision. Might have been the end of 21, but 2022, there will be no anything else but Sumika. I'm going to be me in totality. A lot of people say that, if I do public speaking in panels from time to time, here and outside the city. And everybody up there is always professionals and business people, and they're all sit real still. And, some of them, that's their personality. That's cool. But here I am. I'm hugging on people, and I'm talking to folks, and I say whatever the hell it is I say. I always ask them, can I cuss? Because I'm a cusser. And they're just like, but it just seems so unprofessional. But this is my professional. This is my creative. And the way that I am, and the transparency that I have, and the ability to just be me is what my clients love me for. Mm-hmm. They come over there and everybody's my cousin and my sugar and my friend, whether they see me once a year or once a week. And they know I feel comfortable because she's her, as opposed to, hello, ma'am, would you like this service today? Could you please fill out this questionnaire? I'm not. Hey, what did you do last time when you felt pretty? Girl, you were cute. Oh, that's what you want? I'm not about to do that. Mm-hmm. That's not going to look good on you. We're just going to find something else. So most of my clients at this point just come in, look, I'm wearing blue.
Look, I do. I'll be like, yeah, today I just want to be sparkly.
That's it. They just say, I want to be sparkly. I want to be pretty. And that's it. And just look at me. And I'm like, 10-4. Okay.
But I think that's because we can feel that you're authentically you.
And more people need to do that. It's so less stressful. I don't have to sit here and try to become someone else because I'm going this place on a Wednesday.
Say that again, because
I'm not about to do none of
listen.
that. It's so, I'm talking about, y'all talk about be somebody peace, be your own motherfucking peace.
For real.
I am my own peace. Look, do I want to do this? Yes or no? Y'all might see me outside on Wednesday in whole clothes. Y'all might see me outside on Thursday in a whole teddy bear onesie, which I love, by the way. It's got Thunder Buddy on the side. Y'all might see me out Friday super casual and whatever. Different wigs every day. Might have my hair out. No telling if I'm combing it or not. But it's my piece and it's me and it's okay. As opposed to everybody trying to rush and see, going on Facebook and Google and Instagram about what they should wear for people they're around and will they like this? And why I have to go to this because they asked me. No, you don't. You know how many times people, Mika, you coming? Absolutely not. Not for anything personal, not for, I don't sit and be like, oh, I got to go because they may or may not like me. No, I just don't want to, but I love you, but I'm not going.
Right. And I think that, look, as we close the year up, as well as we close the show up, I think
close up the bullshit.
Close the bullshit.
Please, God.
But it's all about boundaries. And like I said, 2022 was full of lessons. 2022 was like, love the people who love you.
Right.
Stand in your truth. Be yourself. Fuck them folks.
Fuck them. Fuck the them.
The them.
I hate the
and
them.
just live in your truth.
I
And
bet the them ain't got no edges.
they probably don't. Because they so nosy and busy snatching and all
them
that.
ain't got no edges.
None. And ultimately, like you said, be your own peace. And that's 2022. That's what 2022 was for me. And I look back, I was like, you ain't talk to nobody. Like nobody.
Girl, 2022, I've learned be my own peace and be myself to whatever end that may come to. And I learned that my life doesn't have to and will never live on social media. People have seen on social media where, I went through some changes.
Yeah.
I still stand on the best response is no response. Because
You taught me that one.
yeah, you don't have to participate and live in any kind of anything that other people are doing. Fuck the they. You don't have to answer. You don't have to talk about it. If you don't want it, you don't have to. I've learned that I can have my own life independent of the they. I've had a whole boyfriend for a year. Ain't nobody know. Y'all know now.
I knew.
Yeah, you know. But, it doesn't require me to plaster our situations, our trips, our things, or whatever on social media. I can have things that belong to me. Y'all, I love watching the tea, but y'all don't have to put on Facebook every time you're mad with your baby daddy. Just call that nigga and say, fuck you, bitch, and hang up and leave it to yourself. Keep things for yourself. Learn that yourself belongs to you, and you may not be so focused on the they.
Right. And you can actually get some stuff done.
Maybe productive ain't the word for this year. I've done a lot. And I plan on doing a whole lot next year, living under the same, on my own peace. I keep my shit to myself. Social media is just for that, just to be social. It's not really to air out everything and target people and bring up all the negative stuff, because I swear to God, if I see somebody that has something negative to say every day, I'm deleting the fuck out you. I don't want to see it. It's not my business. You're not going to make me depressed every day about a situation I don't even know the people I ain't involved in. We get vested when we watch people's tea on social media. If you post your baby when they're born and you post them when they're 2 and 3, bitch, you better post his graduation. This is our kid now. I want to see my baby. I don't know that motherfucker, but he's my baby now because I done watched him grow up on social media. Post that stuff.
Yeah, post the positive stuff.
But if it's every day, I woke up and my pinky toe hurt. I'm so depressed. I've been depressed for 426 days and I don't know what to do. I just wish somebody, I don't need nobody to come save me. I don't need no prayers, no nothing. I just wanted to get it off my chest. No, you didn't. With your lying ass.
Right.
You wanted to play victim and you wanted to live in that negative and you wanted the sympathy. And we don't really give a fuck. It ain't helping. It's not helping nothing. Just change the shit. You hit your pinky toe, rub that bitch, put some socks on, and move on.
Look, true. So, do you have anything coming up for the end of the year? Any projects going on?
Well, of course, the Christmas pictures. I finally finished the boudoir, the last boudoir for this year. I finished this weekend. First of all, I love my boudoir clients. Y'all worked me to death, but I'm going to make sure I deliver. But now I've got Christmas photos. No, I am not shooting shit on Christmas. Fuck y'all. I'm not doing makeup on Christmas because fuck y'all. Y'all try me every year. I love y'all to pieces, but come on with it. I love y'all to pieces, but stop that. Christmas photos, I'll be taking off the week of Christmas. Then I'll work a little bit, and I'm taking off for New Year's and getting all my stuff lined up for all the next years. Because next year, there'll be a lot of new classes. There'll be a lot more. I'm moving more into the educational side of things. And more of my truth. My biggest one is, you said we're going to go left. I tried to not. A lot of us, and I say us not to exclude my clear people and my 8.5 by 11s, but a lot of us don't know how to live in our sexual truth. And I tell everybody, a woman's biggest fear is not being lonely or not being, less than. A woman's biggest fear is being called a hoe. Really. And
so?
we wear certain things and carry ourselves a certain way because we want to be sexy, but I don't want them to call me a hoe. We try to act demure and stuff because we were raised in this toxic society of women have to be sweet and classy. You have a dress on, press your legs together, and don't sit too close to those boys. They're going to think something. And don't wear their shirt so low. They're going to say something. Fuck the they. Once you get over that idea of whatever you call me is your business, as long as I don't accept it, I don't care. Then you get to figure out who you are sexually. So I've been in the kink community for most of my life. And a lot of girls, especially when I did that 50 Shades of Black boudoir shoot, and I introduced them to some things, were like, I never knew black people did this. Well, how do I do this and how do I do this? You know how many people I've taught how to tie somebody up with a scarf? And they like that. And they want to explore that, but they're so afraid of their power in saying, as a woman, this is what I like. What Megan say, don't fuck me like that, fuck me like this. You know what I'm saying? They're scared to do that because they're scared of the image or whatever. Don't be. It's part of who you are. So I wanted to do, as a part of my life coaching, we're doing some introductions to a few things, doing a class on this is what this really is. It's not like TV where somebody's tying you up and smacking you with a bat or shit like that. There's parts to the whole dom and sub community. There's parts to how you do things. There's a purpose for things. It's not just, honestly, dom and sub stuff can be non-sexual. I have a couple non-sexual subs in the city, and it doesn't have to be that. So I plan on doing a little mini seminar and doing some private one-on-ones with some of my clients to explain to them this is what this lifestyle is, and maybe that might be something that you're interested in or that you need to be introduced to help you control the chaos in your head, because that's really the point of it. And so that's coming. More makeup classes, makeup artist classes, modeling classes are coming back. Y'all better not get on my nerves. The last time y'all got on my nerves, I completely quit doing makeup classes for 4 years. I'm bringing those back because it's necessary. Because if I see one more person with their leg cocked to the side in these pictures, I swear to God. So trying some new things. I'm taking what I've learned about being me and being totally me and trying to introduce the world into that life of you can be selfish. Selfish isn't bad. Selfish isn't toxic. Learn about yourself. Learn about yourself personally, about your growth, about your changes, about who you are, about your sexuality, not in the terms of, gay or straight, but in the terms of what do I personally like? What do I feel like I need when I get in that space? All those things. 2023 is about truth for me and being who you are and fuck the them.
Cool. Look, drop your stuff so people can find you.
Oh, there you go. So before I do that, let me put my disclaimer. Y'all heard when I say I don't like social media, right? So my Instagram, SPhillips Photography, there may be gaps of time where I don't post anything, and then all of a sudden I post 97 things in one night. Blame ADHD. You can find me on Facebook. That's my fastest place, SPhillips Photography and Image Services, or right on my personal page, Sumika Phillips, because my clients are all my friends and cousins and babies now, and they don't care where they talk to me at. You can definitely Google me. That's important. I used to have a whole page. I think I'm almost at a whole page again. I don't play with Snap anymore because y'all nasty. I appreciate some of the money shots, but they're so unrequested. So I'm not on Snap anymore. But definitely Facebook and Instagram. Come holler at me. Come message me. You can book something. You can just talk. We can deal with the life coaching if you like. Sometimes I just do it for free and answer questions because that's just who I am. I like helping people. Even though I don't like the people, I like helping people. Or if you just really don't want to do that, book a makeup face and just come and sit in the chair and talk. That's what people like to do. And I don't mind it at all.
Look, that's what I do. So,
Also,
look,
unless you don't do your eyebrows and you hide.
well, yeah, that too. But I thank you for coming in and talking with
Very
us today. And everybody, I think by now you know how to find me, but you can find me on Instagram at Professionally Childish 1, on TikTok, Professionally Childish, and also on Facebook.
I just can't get into TikTok.
You know, I'm not a talker or a ticker or whatever the
I
hell
don't
it
even
is.
like being in front of the camera. I like my side of the camera. I can't do TikTok.
Yeah. But
Trash.
look, y'all know how to find us now. Y'all be blessed. Have a great week.
Fuck the them.
Yeah, that part. Be blessed.